Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today's gonna be slightly different to what we usually do. Rather than, being talking about how everything is going with the season or how I've been doing with my workouts and whatever. We're gonna be talking about a little bit more about the coaching side of how I've done things to earn my licenses that I currently have, to where also how I got my positions at where I'm standing at with the high school team that I've been coaching. So first and foremost, just kind of thank you for getting me to 96 subscribers that we're at right now. We're almost at 100. Honestly, I'm just doing this because I enjoy it, because I like it. So the more people we can get along this journey as it goes, the more exciting it will be. Just to start off, I'm going to talk about the high school license because this is something completely different to what the US soccer license that you earn comes along. Basically, this website right here, nfhslearn.com, is where you do most of the courses that you need, or that at least in this case, Dual County requires you to do. As of right now, I have to do this many courses right now. So this is one, two, three, four, five, six different courses that I have to do so that I can continue doing coaching at the high school that I am at currently. And I believe I also have to renew my license, but that's a whole different process that it's slightly more complicated, and I won't go over that. As of right now, I'm just gonna go real fast with this, what that we're doing here. Basically, you get here, you just register. It's very simple. It's like any registration that you would do. And depending on what the courses you need, usually your athletic director will tell you what it is that you need to take. Uh, I have taken, these are all courses that I have taken already. Currently, I only need those few to renew. As you guys can see, I'm still working on some of these uh, because I just came back from vacation, so I haven't even started renewing some of them. But you'll see that I completed this one, but it's currently inactive. It's because you have to every year do these so that it reactivate. It's just to refresh your memory on the steps that you need to do in case of like a concussion or hit illness. Especially here in Florida, it gets really hot. Even though the soccer season is mainly done in the winter time. With that being said, getting the position at the high school, it really just comes down to what are the school looking for in their coach. Many times, there are some high schools, for example, that have the program that has been developed much further, and if for some reason their current coach steps down and they start looking for a new coach, they might want to look for somebody that has experience and has more than just this basic license. And then there will be some high schools that their program is very low and maybe they don't have a lot of options for coaches, so sometimes they might take a professor from the school that might not have the knowledge, because there are professors, people that teach at high schools that have a big knowledge when it comes to playing soccer. This happened to me when I was in high school. My coach was uh, not a professional coach, but he had a very good knowledge in the game, and he actually was the goalkeeper coach for a club. So he had some pretty decent knowledge. He was a great coach. I mean, he specialized with the goalkeepers, but your knowledge is still very out wide whenever you're in that kind of area and environment. You learn a lot. As of right now, me, I'm still play. I currently play, but I'm also in that environment where I'm also coaching high school kids. Even though I'm only 22, people find it sometimes very strange that I am in this position, and it's just the way I did it. I came in as an assistant coach. I had graduated from that same high school probably a year before, so I just built my way into where I'm at right now. Uh, Again, everyone knows me in that school. It's not like I'm just came out of nowhere and I was offered this position. This is probably the reason why I was able to get this position, because I don't think any 22-year-old with the minimal coaching experience that I have will be able to get a high school position like this. I feel like a high school would rather get a actual professor from the school to coach the team, even though they had no experience, just to assert that seniority over the students. In my case, the students knew me, they knew my what I've done before at that school, so I got, I guess, even respect, even treatment within the students. You know, they know what I can bring in, help them, and so they listen. So other than that, as you guys can see, all these courses are free. Most of them are free. There are a couple exceptions, but when it comes to just renewing these, they're all free. If I was to just say, for example, this one says inactive, I actually need to do this one. So you can just hit order code course. Depending on their state, um, you select it. You just gonna see it's zero. You just hit order course. We'll be doing this myself. Of course, state, as I was just double verify. This is just for the coaches. You hit checkout. I agree with the, refund policies in this case. If you know you have to pay for it, but you have to do it, you won't even worry about that. You say continue, and bam, this is it. Now I have reactivated the course. You say go to my courses and concussion right here. I can just begin the course. They're not long. If in one day you could probably do all 6 or 7 of them that I have to do. Um, I mean, I'm just taking my time with them because I'm not in a big hurry. But you could do all of these in like a day, probably about 6, 7 hours or so because there is several of them. You can't really skip through them. They want you to make sure that you're getting that information right, even though I have already done these courses like 3 times already. Moving on, like I said earlier, the high schools sometimes might want you to have more experiences or maybe even more licenses, depending on how advanced the program is and the level that the high school is at when it comes to playing soccer. And that's where sometimes schools might actually require you to have more licenses, like the US soccer licenses. You guys can literally go to ussoccer.com/coaching or just go straight to their website and then just hit coaching up here. It's gonna bring you here. Again, just scroll down and you can just hit learning center or find course. All it will do, it will send you here. I'm already logged in, but again, the registration is free. There's no fee for that. Once you register, um, you can just hit up here or you can just come down here and they give you two options. If you are doing for coaching, which is what we're doing here today, or there's actual referee program. This is where you would go if you want to start getting your licenses to ref higher levels. Coaching, and then I go to my courses. They will always make you do this one intro course. It's very easy, also free. And then see, in free intro courses is the one I'm talking about. Then you go to the other courses, the ones that I currently have, and if I want to register for a course. Moving on from that. So this is where I want to talk about a little bit more the different levels of coaching. Any coach that it's new, clubs will probably always require this for you to coach unless you have already some kind of background experience that can be verified and they are like, yes, we want you here. You are going to start with the grassroots courses. They do 4v4, 7v7, 9v9, and 11v11. I currently only have the 11v11. I was in the process of I was going to get all 4 of them, but then I stopped coaching at the club I was at. And so the current club the high school that I'm at, they don't really require me any of these. But having the 11v11 was something that I also actually like kind of even gave them more insight to like, okay, yeah, let's give him the position. We need a coach, and he has at least some knowledge behind him that it's obvious. But all of these courses, they do have fees. The intro ones, the grassroots ones, I can show you guys all over here. Uh, so grassroots courses, you can do them online or in person. The first four, the four before, 99, 11, and so they can all be done online. And there, I believe it's $25. Yeah, $25 each. So altogether for all 4 of them is $100. The courses are not very complicated again. They're very simple. It's basic knowledge of soccer. Uh, so I mean, if you're getting into coaching soccer at this point, anything that these courses are going to teach you, you should probably know already. But if we go to 11B11 course, the breakdown of what the course information is right here, and the eligibility that requirements. It's very simple. You do not need to have anything prior to this. This is just teaching you basic stuff. We go backwards. From there on is when you start getting up to more complex or what they actually want you to have. As you step up, the prices on the courses will go up. In this case, the D level license, the fee is slightly different. I guess it is one that depending on where you're doing it, they will charge you a different fee. Again, it shouldn't be much more than the grassroots, just because this is just like the minimal. But as you guys can see, you do have to have uh, a couple different prerequisites before you can do it. So 11 in person. I only did it in online, so I'm not even eligible for this. Just because I haven't done them out of pure just not actual need, but in the future I might actually do them just because it's something that if I continue to be in this world, which I hope I am in the future, I will have to do it. And then I just have to have one additional online grassroots course. So you could do honestly, because you need to have one in person and one in online. So do the 11B11 in person. This should just really make that the obvious one, and then do any of the other ones online. I did the 11 online, so I will have to retake it in person and then take another one uh, online, which will be $50. Very simple, plus whatever fee they charge me for this course. And again, as you progress higher, you see that the age groups are starting to slightly change, become higher, and the goals are always increasing your own knowledge of the game and how you can progress that knowledge onto the players, so that they start improving their skill, their game, and eventually they can take on to the next level, whether it's in college, semi-professional, pro, or maybe outside of the country and not at some other league other than the leagues here in the US, which is always the goal. You always want to have great players that come from here from the US out in the world. That way, the level of soccer it's pushed and improved always. Moving on to B course, as you guys can see, I did not say C course. The fee is also slightly different depending on where it's being done. But as you get to the B course and above, $1,750. It's a lot more steep from a second ago when we're doing $25. But these are actually only going to be in person, and they're going to be at designated places that FIFA, well, US Soccer assigns them. So if I was to want to register for course B, of course I can't actually register because I don't have the ability for that. But if we want to do it in Florida, which is where we are right now, as we can see, there are different places that are they can be done. They are already completed, so you cannot actually register. That is the hard part of these. You probably want to have to either have someone that can give you this inside information for you to actually go out and register, or the other way around is check a lot, constantly be checking on this because the classes fill up very fast. But again, this is a big course. This is very high, and usually the classes wouldn't fill up immediately. As you guys can see, for the last year, there hasn't been really been done any of them because of COVID, and they have to be done in person. But uh, that's here in Florida, of course. They might have very well have been doing them somewhere else in other states, maybe in Georgia, which is pretty close to here. But in Florida, they've been doing two a year or so. Of course, 2019, they only did it in January. Then you have the A courses, which is for senior and youth. Um, $3,500. It's steep. The prices will go up a lot as you progress. But many cases, Whenever you're getting these licenses, you are already coaching at a club. If you're already on your A license, you're probably coaching at a um, high division team club that they very well may pay for it for you, or at least a portion of it to help you fund it. Senior course, it's 4 grand. It's again, it's expensive, but with this, you are already going to be getting paid. I wouldn't think that you would be coaching a team that is requiring you as a senior course. This is you're coaching grown men at this point. This is high performance team, like this is not pro, but this is like this step right below pro. You might be coaching the instead of the senior team at a club, you might be teaching the B team, which is the team that's right below the you know the best team in the club. And then you have the pro license, which with this is $10,000. But with this, you will be able to coach pro, international level. So you could very much be the U.S. coach for men or the women, or again, at any other country, or coach a pro team at any level or division. It does not have to be here in the U.S. It could very well be outside of the country if you are doing very well. And as you guys can see, all these there is a whole level or not level, but process of being accepted into the course. You don't even just get accepted immediately after paying, but there's all this. They kind of have give you a breakdown of what you will be doing, the assignments, because they even send you homework. Awesome. And then just the admission criteria. You want to be a head coach or assistant coach at some kind of level, USL, MLS, or youth coach for U17 at an MLS, for at least 5 years. It's 5 years. So getting all the way to pro course, you are going to easily spend about 7 to 8 years, and that's at a very fast pace. I would round it up to 10 years before you can get a pro license. So if I was to start today, I want to get my pro license. First of all, I need to move around, find the contacts to start getting myself into these clubs so I can start getting this experience as I am progressing also through all of these licenses. It's it's time consuming. It takes a very long time. As you guys can see, the pro course about 360 hours. If you do the math, that is a long time. Course size 14 people max. Again, I don't think there will be more than 14 people getting their pro license at a time whenever you're doing it. But if we want to look at Florida, let's see when was the last time they had this. 2018 in Orlando. It's been a long time for what I'm seeing. Uh, let's see. If we just do international, nothing. Or let's see Georgia, which is the nearest state. Georgia hasn't had it in a long time. Over 3 years for what I'm seeing. So Florida, they had it the beginning of the year in Orlando. So you guys see a lot of these things are being done in Central Florida, which is Orlando, Tampa. I think I saw Boca, which is slightly more down near Miami. But this is basically everything that you really need. You guys have the websites. If there are any more questions, drop comments. I will try to answer them to the best of my knowledge. But all the knowledge that you have, all that you need, I'm sorry, it's right here on this website, along with this site if you are going to be a coach in Florida. But you can do I'm sure there's different websites for different states. So for US soccer licenses, which is something that's probably the best way to go, it's right here. The registration is free and they do give you more resources. So if you click here, uh, initiatives for certain different things, session planning for standards, nutrition guides. I mean, there is a lot of information that you can get from here and implement it on your own training sessions. Um, Position names and numerical roles. I mean, for 433, there's a lot of information here that you guys can use. We go to planning. Again, there are training sessions you can actually use. There is a actual subscription that you can have with them that they will give you active planning training sessions for different things. There is a fee for that. It's not crazy expensive. And I believe for the first year, once you register and do your first um, course that you completed, they will give you that for a whole year for free. So you can test it out before you decide if you want to continue to do it. Training exercises, it won't give it to me because I am not, uh, as you guys can see, I'm not subscribed. And then you have graphics. If I could click on that, you don't have an active subscription, so I can't do it. I won't be able to see it. But if anybody, I wish I had photos of that I could show you. But that's just the couple things that benefits that you get from being having this subscription, from doing your courses through here. It's great. I mean, you guys can see a payment. 11 course, it was just $25, nothing crazy. And I could actually, guys, show you right now my license that if I could find it, profile, yeah, profile, visit profile. Here we go. Okay, there it is. Found it. There it is, guys. You guys can see it right there. Grassroots 11B11 online coaching license. It specifies it that it is online. So issued in 2018. It's been a while since I did it, of course. And once you do this, this is all official. Member of FIFA, CONCACAF, signed by Secretary General, the President, and Director of Coaching Education. So these are pretty legit. It's pretty cool. You can print it, of course, and hang it up. Again, I don't have this hanged up just because it's the 1111. I would like to actually have a higher level license before I'm actually putting this in picture frames or anything like that. But it's still cool. You can always access this online. I don't know. I could not really figure out where it was at. I had it a few minutes ago. That's because I just re-downloaded this a moment ago. But thank you guys for watching. Again, if you guys have any questions, any concerns about the process of getting all these licenses, don't have a doubt. Drop him a comment and I will answer. And I answer all the comments that I have seen with people asking me questions. So I'm there. I'm watching. But yeah, thank you for watching. Until next time.